The Young Turks brought to you by Carbonite Online Backup. Get a free trial at Carbonite.com by using the promo code TYT, and you also get 2 months free if you decide to buy.
Anthony Weiner was also on with Sean Hannity. He's one of the members of Congress, one of the progressive members of Congress who will go on Fox and will get into a shouting match. He's done it a couple times with Megyn Kelly. So here he is. He was on with Sean Hannity. Is that right? So here's Anthony Weiner on with Sean Hannity talking about actually something that's important as opposed to National Public Radio and its funding and the Republicans' desire to defund it, which, by the way, should not happen. It's a vitally important part of the radio and communications and relaying news to people. And forget in the big cities, but in small towns, 30 to 50% of their funding for NPR comes from those federal funds. But again, we need to cut that. That's the Republican priority. But here he is talking about tax cuts for the rich with Sean Hannity. This is the first clip.
All right, Congressman, here's why we're in this position. And this is just a fact. You had both houses of Congress last year, run by the Democrats. You had the White House. You guys didn't pass a budget. It's your responsibility. You should have passed a budget. You didn't pass a budget. So now we find ourselves at this impasse, and all the Democrats are offering is $4.5 billion in cuts. We have a $1.65 trillion deficit this year, after nearly $3 trillion of Obama debt in his first 2 years, and we also have, $3.7 trillion budget. You can't find more than $4.5 billion a cut?
Well, frankly, let's get the history right. The Bush administration drove the economy into a cliff, and we've been digging out ever since.
Blah, blah, blah.
And it's true.
Let's talk about this vote.
It's true. It's true. Well, let me answer the question. It's true. We also did add $1 trillion of additional debt and deficit by giving tax cuts to millionaires and billionaires, something many of us opposed. But the fact is, if you look at the president's budget proposal,
you mean that Obama signed, the bill that Obama went along with extending that tax cut, that one? Okay.
Well, I understand, but you're asking my position, and I don't support taxes for millionaires and billionaires. Do you?
Yes.
Well, you got to pay for them somehow.
And you've everybody.
Well, that's actually
Every
not true
American.
Well, you apparently don't believe that we should fix the alternative minimum tax because that's something the Democratic budget proposal does. Now, that costs a little bit of money, and the question is...
you don't get that.
Yeah.
Congressman, it's not, we don't have a revenue problem. You guys spend too much of our money. Stop spending it recklessly. That's the answer, Congressman.
Well, one of the ways that we spend money is giving it to millionaires and billionaires.
No, the millionaires and billionaires that you're deriding here are the ones that the top 10% pay 75% of the bill, and then you want to hit them over the head with a baseball bat.
No, there's no doubt about it. Some people believe in tax cuts for billionaires. You're one of them. I'm saying you got to pay for it somehow. How are you going to pay for it?
I believe in tax cuts for everybody. I want people like you to stop irresponsibly spending our hard-earned money.
Look, you make a lot of money. You want tax cuts, but you got to pay for it
everybody.
Somehow. Now, maybe what we should do is have cuts in defense, or maybe we should do Michele Bachmann's plan to cut Medicare and cut veterans. This is about how you make these decisions.
Congresswoman, weigh in. I'm done.
There's so many things I like about that. This one is the main one, and I'm not going to do it justice. Who am I? I mean, how much do these people hate Michele Bachmann? Not even there. She's actually smiling there. I don't know, there was like long stretches. For the love of God, take her out of the shot. Go to a 2-shot. Don't leave that poor woman in the middle. I mean, she's freaking helpless there. She's not involved in the conversation at all. There you go. That's Michele Bachmann. Shut your mouth! Literally, shut your mouth.
It's because the plan was for them both to attack him at the same time, but she didn't have anything to say. They're waiting for her to jump in.
She's not even quite, she doesn't even look like she's looking at the camera. Am I wrong? But maybe I'm just so used to her not looking at the right camera. Oh my God, please. All I was thinking about when I saw the clip was how badly I wanted her to shut her mouth. And she's not even talking. I love the Sean Hannity, the good grief, and the Anyway, good for Anthony Weiner.
Eventually, you're going to have a computer disaster, your computer is going to crash, and you're going to lose all your files. But with Carbonite Online Backup, you don't have to worry about any of that because it automatically saves your files off-site. You can access all of your backed up files from any computer remotely, or if you want, you can also access your files through an iPhone or BlackBerry with Carbonite's awesome free app. Carbonite costs just $55 a year for unlimited backup for your PC or Mac. Think about it, that's less than $5 a month. Get a free trial at carbonite.com by using the promo code TYT, and you also get 2 months free if you decide to buy.